Not sure why that played right away, but all right. What's up, Daster? Go blue. LARPing all day, Shady. Soaking in all the content. I like it. Hanad, how you doing? Yes, XXT. Coming in with the good stuff. Crypto God, how you doing? Didn't see you there, sorry. Oh. Desty? Desty? I don't know how to say it, but looks good, man. Trevor, how are you? Alright, probably gonna get some feedback here. Hold on. There we go. Alright, I actually pulled up the dashboard on another screen, so now I can see when ads are coming and not be like getting right into some like thick material. and then it goes to commercial. It's pretty funny. Jaspo, good to see you, man. Been a while. Yeah, since you've been able to be in here from the outset. That's pretty cool. All right, so we just had this big rinse. Not really. But hello. Moving down on ETH BTC. Got this thing waking up. Man, it's a nice little reaction off 4,600. A lot of strength. A lot of strength. Jamie boy. With the old, he's gifting a tier 1 sub to Stack Labs community. It's their first gift in the sub channel. Thank you. And he gifted it to Perish the Patient. Pretty cool. Nibbler, how you doing? JV7XBT. JV, you lost your train, man. What happened to the train? I missed the train. I don't know how you got the train to begin with. Yeah, hold on with that mother of all dragons bullshit. Alright, so we just got like a hella demand wick. Ah, ZXRK, what's up? Wakame resubbed with Prime, very cool. Appreciate all y'all. And the support that you give. So we streamed on Monday, which was 2 days ago. And 2 days ago, things were still like relatively dire. You know, we were sitting in here, we were like right in this bar. And then things started moving up. See if I can adjust that down for you. Sorry. I can't hear what you hear, so... JV7XBT sold the Pico Top on ETH, thanks to you. Hey man, here to help. Fly Vendi Peter Pan? I don't know. Oh, look at JV7XBT giving out subs, man. What a giving community we have, don't we? Thank you, JV7XBT. That's pretty sick. Yeah, so it's loud as hell in my ears. I do that because, like, my son's out there running around. Ah, Flockin, what's up? Yeah, JV's got to one-up you. All right, so there's the hype train. The hype train, it says, I don't know. Look, Peter Pan will do. All right, Peter Pan, welcome. First time chatter. He's got a 4 up you. So we just got like a mini rinse. But this is super productive. Which is, I think, pretty fine by me, right? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this breaking through the DTL. We're gonna talk about it, but I'm thinking it's okay. How are you guys feeling right now? Want the feedback? Are you guys excited? Like, are you guys like determined that we're going to all-time highs on Bitcoin, on ETH, on everything, and like there's not even a second thought about it? Excited about ETH. What about Bitcoin? Like, is there a way that Ethereum just absolutely rips and Bitcoin doesn't? Yeah, the flippening. What did Kobe say the other day? It was like 0.14, 0.16 would be the flippening. Yeah. Well, yeah, Peter, but that's the point. It's putting in the higher highs that's the problem, right? Yeah, let's go to Bitcoin. I'll start out of, or in the order that I should start on. It's a little concerning to me. Right here, not gonna lie. So anger. I don't know. So anger. Tell me how to say your name, man. I don't know why it bothers me. Like, my brain cannot stop being fixated on pronouncing people's handles. So and angry. Okay, so anger. Got it. So anger. Perfect. Thank you for the sub, man. Very much appreciate it. So this concerns me. It does, because there's been so little power in Ethereum. Like nothing. I'm sorry, in Ethereum, in Bitcoin. Like, this is just straight up being sold into every time we get into that flip down. Maybe Hanad, like, for real, maybe. I don't know. It's it does feel like it's coming, and like, you saw a decent amount of like bull targeting. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Today, like, I think Kaleo was like, "Do you see it?" And he was posting some 2-hour chart, which I always think is pretty funny when someone's like, "Look, the key to all your success is when you zoom out on the 2-hour." He was doing this, which I don't know, Kaleo. I know that he knows some of the people that I know, but how did he draw it? Is that what he was doing? I don't know. He essentially took this fractal. Can I do it? And did this. If you're ever wondering like where his charts come from, it's this. Yeah. I don't mind it. I mean, like, it's very possible. By the way, I have the AirPods in, which I just got. Black Friday, represent. It's different. I can hear myself a lot more, because usually with the QC35s, it's over my ear and it like blocks a lot of that stuff out. So I feel like I have to like talk quieter right now. Anyway, this is like clearly a battle zone right here on Bitcoin. Share level 2 hype zone. This is a battle zone. It keeps getting sold into. And like, these wicks are not small wicks. Ikanui, how you doing? So there's really there's two things about Bitcoin that bother me. Kajeka, how you doing? Kajeka, I was looking back at a video clip I did like, I don't know, 6 months ago, and you came on, and I was like in the middle of talking, and I literally just pivoted to, oh, Kajeka, what's up? It was pretty funny. I just like saying your handle. You pick a good handle. It's probably not even what you're actually trying to get down there, but to me, it's Kajeka. So there's two things that bother me. This is one about Bitcoin, which you want to see the relative strength shift a little bit. I mean, ETH BTC up only is nice, don't get me wrong, but that's tough. Tough to sustain, right? So that bothers me. And then this. I mean, the 50 day is just looming overhead. Ace Ventura. You got warned this is mature content. You know what? So if you guys were on last stream, Einsteiner or whoever it was like, could you not swear? And that's the first time I've ever thought to myself, like, I guess I should put on like a for mature audiences only. Because I don't want kids tuning in to me like cussing and making like, I don't know, dick jokes or something. So, you know. You know, Carl, I connected that this is you, and I appreciate that you're 6 or 8 years old and doing what you're doing. Nah, Jelly, we didn't do anything. By the way, guys, I'm going to call out here. Jelly4Fox is our third tier subscriber. So that means that Jelly is one of 3 people who can drop that emoji. Me, Jelly, and JOV. So thank you for the tier 3, man. That's very cool. I saw that the other day. I was just looking through my dashboard, and I was like, oh man, tier 3, where the hell did that come from? So appreciate you, my friend. Anyway, back to my actual thought. This is, when it comes to Bitcoin, obviously I always start with macro. For those of you who are new, yeah, Parrish, you're not wrong. I start with Bitcoin, go to Ethereum, go to ETH BTC, talk about DeFi and kind of the DeFi perp, and I just shit on it. And then people ask me about like ADA and Link and Aave, and then I just laugh at them. And then after that, we talk about alts. That's typically what we do. Parrish the Patient said, I think Secrets of Crypto once said that talks of the flipping are usually followed by the bear market. For real. He's 100% right. Both Secrets and you for bringing it up. But being under the 50 day, which like we broke it, it was pretty violent. And then it came up and we capped it once. Like yeah, and the dog coins too, man. So like we already rejected once. So maybe, I don't need to make this wide. Let's say we do this. I like can't even bring myself to like get behind this idea. But what's the point of making predictions? They're predictions, right? You get it wrong, who gives a shit? Yeah, you're not wrong, Jaspo. So let's say we get this and we actually go up. What the fuck? And the 50 rejects. If you are presently not exposed, I guess I could do that in green. If you're presently not exposed to Bitcoin, this would be my plan for getting into Bitcoin. Okay. It would be come up here. We get some sort of reject, which would actually line up with this like failed area right there at like 60.9. It's online. What's good, buddy? And then you could come back down and like retest it from the other side. Okay. And that's very possible. Short 20x, short 25x. Yes. You should definitely do that. Don't do that. So yeah, those are the two things to watch right now. And then we have our A line here too. So just from like an overall market health perspective, which you guys know I like to talk about, because what I'm going to go in to next would be Ethereum and ETH BTC and different things that could happen. But when I start with this stuff, I talk about it because I want you to take note of where these areas are, because I'm probably not going to come back and talk about it unless there's like a real reason to do that. And I don't see one right now. And usually I'm into Ethereum or into other things, but like these are real concerns that you should watch until they're resolved. Okay. That's why I'm like, you might hear your favorite TA, CT legend talk about like, I don't know, man, a lot of work to do. Well, they're either LARPing or they know what they're talking about. And like, these are several areas that we have to overcome along the way. It would be very productive if we had a series of higher highs and higher lows on the daily to just continue moving sideways, right? So it'd be very productive. But the reason why I bring this up at all is purely so you look at it and you continue to monitor it as time goes on, because I'm not guaranteeing you that I will be there to be like, hey guys, look. So area number 1, can we flip this red or break through it? Because we've gotten now 3 full days of this being sold into. So 3 full days of these wicks being sold into. All right, we get through there. The next big issue is the 50-day. Are we just gonna rip right through the 50-day? Just rip right through it and not, like it's not even there? I find that pretty unlikely that we're just gonna fucking haul ass, particularly when right now where the 50 is lines up with this level over here. Okay. You can see that this was a previous area of support that broke down on this breakdown bar, right? Soul's pumping? Yes. I just bought like 1,400 Soul right before we came on. So, spot, not trading. Which, by the way, I like to drop little points of alpha here and there. But if you're ever looking at a chart and it doesn't make sense, and you're like, I can't really tell, like you look at this and you go, this area is not abundantly clear to me on where this should be. So what do I draw here? Do I draw it there? Just switch to the line chart. Switch to the line chart. It's super easy to just switch to the line chart and go, okay, this is the average for the bars for those days. It's matching lows. I know that's a key level. Okay. So that is a key level, whether we like it or not. It was before, it will be again. It lines up with the 50-day. So the odds of us actually ripping through and just right into the 50-day and have it not giving a shit, pretty slim. Pretty slim. Okay. So break through, get to the 50, come back down, prove this is support, be very productive to me. If we get through there, this is, oh my God, if I can type, the true A line on the breakdown of the trend. You got one there. You got another one there. So there's the A line of the trend. Just like when we talked about 45.50 on ETH and I came into the chat room and was like, cover your shit. This thing's about to break down. Very possible the A line could be that too. Okay. So right now, there's 3 areas for you to keep your eye on. 1, this little box here, these 3 distribution wicks. The way that you can set an alert if you want to do that is essentially take the highest wick of these 3 days, which had been yesterday. The high was 59.2. Set an alert on the top of that if we break it. I get the feeling at this point now that would be enough, given the shorts and the people who have been selling into this level, that if we break through, it's going to go up pretty rapidly. So if we get through that zone, go up pretty rapidly, it's going to break and it's going to go. Platty said, hey guys, I'm at work right now. Just popped in to ask if we're boned. I don't think so. But nothing's really changed either. So I'm talking about bullish scenarios. Let's give bearish scenarios here too, because that's kind of what we had talked about before. So again, recap. Can we get past this area? Yeah, head on a swivel. Set your alert above 59.2. If we get a breakout through there, it's very positive for the market. The next area is this like 60.9, $61,000 area, because it's where the 50-day is and this previous level. That was the consolidation area before we broke out. After that, it's the A line at like 63.5, 63.6. Those are the areas that you want to watch on Bitcoin moving forward. And by the way, guys, we do want Bitcoin to go higher. I think for the most part, we're all like probably, not Ethereum maxis, but I think we all probably kind of prefer Ethereum to Bitcoin. But we can't have Bitcoin just straight up die as we're trying to move on Ethereum. So those are your 3 areas for potential resistance if we actually get the breakout. Show anger, this dump that we've got now is most because of stocks going down. Yeah, but stocks are going down because there's like the Omicron thing, but like that's really not it. If you look yesterday, maybe the day before, whenever Powell was like, we may have, that's right. John, Andrew, whatever. John has it right. The issue here is that they said they're gonna taper faster than originally thought. So that has essentially killed stocks. Or killed stocks, which is causing volatility for us as well. So Bobby Faxelrod, or JAK, has it dead right. So it's not like we just can ignore it. You know, the Fed has the ability to kill all momentum. And if they kill all momentum in stocks, it's going to bleed to us. We all like to meme and fucking talk shit about potentially decoupling completely from the market. We are not there yet. That's why it's worth tuning into the Fed. You've got these, whatever the hell is going on right now, the testimony going on. It's worth watching. Okay, so do that. Again, 1, 2, 3. Let's talk about the other side. If we reverse and come down, okay. President Mountain Dew Camacho. That's a hell of a name, man. That's a hell of a name. President Mountain Dew Camacho. Very cool. Yeah, dude, don't get me started on her. I'm not even going to speak her name into my stream, okay? I'm just not going to. President Mountain Dew Camacho, welcome. First time chatter. If we go down, I would expect there to be support around 54.7, 55. Come back up and probably get sold into again here. You brought Prez? All right. Yeah, I always like it when you guys bring in other like-minded people. And if you look in the description of this stream, because that's what I changed the actual description link to, but there's a link to the Telegram chat. So I keep saying to everybody, I'm happy to have anybody join who wants to. I think that we've done a pretty good job showing that we're pretty knowledgeable. If you guys know other like-minded people that would be a good addition to the squad, bring them in. If they're assholes, don't. I don't want assholes in the Telegram. I don't want assholes here. So, I would anticipate if we get a breakdown, we get a bounce at 54.7, come back up, we'll reject at 57.3. By the way, I am being this specific because if it happens, if it breaks down, that's what will happen. You probably get a lower high and then a lower low, and it would be near this area. Okay. This is probably a way, like fulfilling of the prophecy, if you will, that we talked about before. Yeah. Of when you overshoot a channel top and you surrender it back in, which we did, the most likely area you're going to go before a real reversal is the other side of the challenge, or other side of the channel, which is what this would be. So if we got to this area, yeah, I'd be looking to get long Bitcoin. XXT says, very worth joining the Telegram. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Telegram's got a bunch of good people. Not just me. A lot of killers. Kaz is in there. Dale is in there. A bunch of people. So please join the Telegram, be a productive member, and we'll all get rich together. So those are our scenarios. If we break down, you got this area here, 50 whatever, 4, 7, and then back down to this like 52.7 area if we continue to show weakness, which, given that he said, he being Fed Chair Powell, we're gonna have to start tapering soon, it's very possible. It's very possible. I was talking about this with a friend earlier. Like, we've had no economic output, like, period. Relative to previous years. In the last, like, year and a half, okay? People aren't working. People are quitting their jobs. And if you stop propping the economy up, it's got, like, you ever see the pictures of the dudes that go to the gym and only do arm and chest day, and they never do their legs? That's what we are now. That's literally the United States economy, which directs the entire, world, much as you might not want to believe that. All right, so JV7XBT says they might announce on the next FOMC meetings the 14th or 15th of this month. That's very interesting. So the 14th or 15th of this month kind of lines up along with like our slow bleed down to the channel area. It also could be a breakdown area too. Thank you. JAK, your name's too long for me to say the whole thing. Or I can just call you Bobby. So, anyway. That's what I'm looking for. And, quite frankly, a double bottom right here, proving this as a flip, would actually be pretty damn productive. Would be very productive. I see all you new people joining the Telegram. Welcome. Jack. Okay. JAK, Jack. Either one. I will take a double bottom here because you essentially could do this at that point. Ready? And I would feel as good about this as anything else. Like, put that shit in stone. That is a thrice tested flipped level. If we end up getting that. And look, I like streaming and I like talking to you guys. And a lot of times when people freak out, particularly in Telegram, I'm pretty quick to be like, calm the fuck down. Because, you know, hysteria doesn't help anybody. And being stressed and being like, that is just not a productive emotion. It's not a productive feeling. Like my son is 4 years old. And, you know, kids cry and whine. And literally, every time he starts crying or whining, my reaction is always, hey, chill. Take a deep breath. I'm not going to talk to you while you're whining. We're not whiners in this house, and we don't stress unnecessarily. So take a deep breath, gather your shit, keep in mind he's 4, and then we can talk. And he will. He'll kind of like, okay, Daddy, this is what I'm talking about. All right? So if this ends up happening, you're going to see a lot of 4-year-olds on crypto Twitter. You're going to see a ton of 4-year-olds on crypto Twitter. Or on Twitter in general. Or from analysts who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, it'll be a lot of unnecessary drama and talking about how it's all over or whatever. But the panic level for me isn't even if we lose this level. I would love for us to prove this and maintain this uptrend. There is nothing about this that is bearish to me. There's nothing about this that makes me want to sell my overall positions in crypto, even though everybody talks about how, Bitcoin's the king, which it is. It's losing some of that power to Ethereum. But if Bitcoin purely takes a shit, then we got problems. And that area for me is losing this trend or filling this gap back in. That's a big issue right now. So if we lose this trend that goes back to literally July, get a breakdown outside of it, be scared. Be very scared. All right. So those are our 2 macro scenarios on Bitcoin, on the things that could happen depending on what goes on with the price. Any thoughts on that? Any questions on that before I move on to Ethereum? This is like my little lecture. This is a lecture hall with 70 people in it. Nothing? All right. Camel Cam, what's up? Been a while since I've seen you anyway. Crypto Zombie also called for that level yesterday. I don't know who Crypto Zombie is, but apparently he knows what he's talking about. 100% stables. What time frame would you consider a full breakdown daily? Yeah, so like it doesn't matter if you like wick below it. Like wicks happen. That's just liquidity sourcing, right? I mean, obviously that would be horrible because that's a huge markdown, 45 grand. But let's be a little more realistic here for a second. You know, one of these guys, I got no problem with it. It's the close below, and really, like with all things, Sovereign. The big issue isn't necessarily that it breaks the level. Yeah, the old 30% wicking out. Isn't necessarily that we break the level, because I guarantee you what's changed about crypto and what a lot of like the 2017 OGs have really not been able to adjust to is there's a new buyer in crypto now, which is in a lot of ways smoothing this cycle out. It's a lot more institutional investing. You got fucking Saylor doing dumb shit. You know, Elon continues to own this stuff, even though I hate Elon Musk. So there's a bunch of people that are willing to step in at certain levels and kind of smooth out these breakdowns a little bit. Okay? So I'm bringing all of this up to say it's not necessarily that we get through here. I would expect you would see a retest, and that would be it, okay? And as Tomazaz just said, diagonal lines are scary. Diagonal lines are scary. Diagonal lines are worthless on low time frames, even though I see them on people's fucking charts all the time. On high time frames, they are not. That said, this would be doing both. See my area? So let's make this a little bit more real. okay? I would very much anticipate that sort of a reaction. If we got that breakdown, go below, everybody's freaking out. It might even go further, I don't know, $4,000 and come back up and then reject at that level. So now we've proven we lost the horizontal support and the diagonal. I mean, yeah, that's 100% cash in all markets. That's 100% cash in all markets. Not even a question. Not even a question in my mind. Okay. So the reason why I even brought that up was that was an answer to the, like, on what time frame would you consider it broken? Well, that's the scenario in which I consider it broken. And even if you don't sell it right as it breaks, I feel decently confident that you would get another opportunity to hit the lower high, given that we have additional eyes on crypto and discount buyers that just love buying every dip there is. So, good question. Now, I think you're about to see a rinse again. So I have other charts up that you guys don't see. I think we're going to fill this wick. You're probably going to see 45.80 here in a moment. Maybe a little bit further. But we'll get to that here in a moment. This actually is not shocking. That this happened, because this was a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, which I think we talked about on stream, whenever the hell this was, that we last talked about it, probably here, start of November. It looked like it was flagging, but really it's like kind of a pinching wedge here, not good. But again, this level held at 4,000 for Ethereum, pretty good. Edo Big One says, if I create a new wallet on Trust Wallet, but I have on yet, are the connected? Well, I'm assuming what you're asking is if you add a second wallet to Trust Wallet, are the two wallets connected? And I would assume yes, because they are in MetaMask or Mu, but I don't know. I would ask somebody that uses Trust Wallet, which is not me. But I think they'd both be in there. It might not be the same seed phrase though, so be careful. Okay, rising wedge, bearish. A-line, rejected. Came down. Proved this level. You guys know I love my arrows. Get out of here. Okay. I know SPX is rugged. That's why I said I think we're going to go down again on Ethereum. I have the S&P 500 right there. Because of what Anad just said, why do you think? And it's because of what JB7 just said. Yeah, the VIX is high as fuck. Potato Lord, how are you? So this line, I mean, really it's $4,000, guys, when it comes to Ethereum versus USD. Whenever you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 all reacting on the same line, it is a key line, if not the key line. Okay? It would absolutely be the area of, oh my God, if we break 4,000 and break it down, right? So what happened here? I talk about this a lot, and a lot of you have heard this before, but I'm going to bring it up, and I want to talk about it because I think a lot of you, like I did it last night. Last night I called a short in Ethereum from 4750, and it's just from doing this for a while. But it's the logical points of rejection that make those calls easier. You have to think through the trade. Like a lot of people think that it's just lines on chart or on charts, or it's an indicator. And that's all you need, lines on charts and indicators. But like context matters as much as anything else. In any sort of a move like this, there are reversal patterns or triggers that happen, but they just happen like where it doesn't make sense. Like why would I care right here if there was a reversal pattern? Like it's near support, it's not really a key area, you know, whatever. So this is a lesson that I like to talk about because I think it's helpful, and usually the reason why most people fuck up, quite frankly. There's green on my chair. You can see it's going through the chart for the green screen behind me. But you got to understand context. And I did a video on this a while ago when I had many less viewers, but I'll talk about it again now. So why was this area a probable rejection point? Okay. Here's why. Okay. See this entire group of people? This entire group of people, when we got to highs again, we're buying. Okay. And here's the context part that makes making calls easier. All right. And it's the same way that we call the bottom here. It's the same use of context. As it is calling a reversal up here. And for me, it's not like this is some mystical shit that you're going to be like, oh my God, this guy, this is just very common sense. And that's how I trade. Common sense trade macro swings. Let's talk about this. A couple things you need to know. One, the trend is very powerful. This is a trend that goes from September to November 10th. That's a long time of a series of higher highs and higher lows, all the way up. And if you think about that, for like 45 days ish, every time there was a sell-off, it was profitable for you to buy. Every time. Every time it was profitable. If you bought here, 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 even there for a little bit, it was profitable for dip buyers, okay? So here's the alpha, the contextual alpha for how you can see and call rejections. So if these people that bought this dip, that dip, that dip, that dip, that dip, you think when they got a dip here, do you think they bought? Trend's very powerful. Changing a trend is powerful. And pivots meaning when price was going up and now it goes down. The actual act of turning price from one direction to another is not easily done. Like I know everybody thinks that it's just like, yeah, no, it just happens. No, it doesn't. It takes somebody changing their thesis to change how markets work. So you have this like pretty big bar up, which was immediately sold off. Now you have this BART kind of in the middle and people buying. It's a battle. You see distribution wicks here. You see accumulation wicks here. Like it doesn't look like that anywhere else except for where we broke down. You see things getting more compressed through here. That's a sign of there being a battle at the top of the zone. Okay, so that's a little bit of context. You see this battle, but this is where the point comes in for why did we reject this area again? Well, people bought here at 4,800 at 40. What was the high? 48.68 was the high. 48.41. There's another one, 48.08. We had daily closes at 47.20. Here's another wick right before the breakdown. They were like, oh my God, we're going to 47.70. And people were FOMOing into this because they thought this was just a consolidation to rip higher. And then we broke down. Okay, this is the context that I'm talking about that a lot of you don't have in your trading. That a lot of you do not have in your trading. All you do is look at shit and you buy and you hope or whatever. All right. This is the point that matters. there was a drawdown at best. I mean, in all likelihood, probably more like that. An 18% drawdown for these people that bought the top and price turn. And you would say to yourself, well, Jared, I mean, they lost a huge level. It lost a big trend. There was a major sell-off. Those people, they took their losses, right? They all had stop losses. People aren't bag holders, right? No. What you'll find is people are stupid and they don't have risk management plans and they just let shit go. Okay? So somebody was down 20% from here to here, saw it come up again, come down, and here you go. All right? Top buyer, dude, top buyers do hold forever. You know how many people have messaged me and been like, hey man, I bought XRP last cycle. What do you think about it this time? And I'm like, you held XRP down that much? Yeah. Anti-line, say it for yourself. What do you mean? Are you disagreeing with what I'm saying? So, what happens when price gets back to this level? A lot of people think like, all right, well, we put in this demand area here, came back up, ripped through all the way to the highs. Clearly, the momentum is back. Nope. This is what people do. They buy here. Don't add. Ah, so you're one of the cinder block holders. They don't sell the breakdown, which would have been, you know, right here. And you know what they do? This is what they do, okay? This is what people do. All right, rising wedge, kind of bearish. You can see it. Here's the top. We're going to the moon. I'm going to buy here, 4,800. Boom, I'm in the game, baby. We're going to 10,000. I'm going to double up. Breakdown comes, looking pretty bad. I'm underwater like 5, 6, 7%. I'm not going to eat that loss, bro. Losses hurt. Why would I want to see my total balance go down? Nope, I'm holding. Fuck it. It's going to come back. And then you know what's going to happen? Or what happens? This is the internal monologue. It's going to come back, boys. It's definitely going to come back. It's no, up only. I was told this was future finance. Yeah, no, it's definitely going to come back, okay? And then here you are. Okay? I've done this, not going to lie. Yeah, bro, everybody's done this. Okay? Everybody has done this. So, buy here, breaks down. I don't want to take the loss, dude. Losses hurt. You hold that shit all the way down. You're dying here, you see some demand coming in, you go, ah, it looks pretty good, but I'm already down so much. I'm not adding to this bitch. It goes back up, sells down again. You're like, oh my God, I thought it was there. I should have sold last time. And then you don't sell. Comes all the way back down. You get this little crazy wick back to 4,000. You're thinking, fuck. What just happened to me? And then back up again, you get this nice climb, right? Then it gets right back up to your entry. And you are so relieved that price got back to your entry that what do? Go ahead, let's all say it together. What do? You close your fucking position at break even. Yep. Yeah, and you fuck it up for the rest of us. Yeah, you get out alive, you sell, get the fuck out. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. 100%. Yeah. Okay. This is how people work. And you may think, so Anti-Aligned says, really? Okay, Anti-Line, you are the best kind of holder because you're not the one that fucking kills momentum. But that's not typically what happens, man. Yeah, it's just human psychology. It's literally, dude. Here's the, remember that guy who came in here and was like, "Nah, TA doesn't work." It does work. He's nah, it's just a bunch of people saying the same thing and then seeing the same thing and then reacting off the chart. Yeah, that's exactly what TA is. It's essentially human psychology in a chart. Avon Field Stables, until you pay the gas fee. Well, if you're not trading on chain, then that doesn't really matter. So you close at break even, minus gas, depending on who you are. And here's what happens, guys. Here's what's going to happen. Hand to God. Hand to God. This is what happens. You ready? We're going to come back down and we're going to test this from the top side. So I would guess that our drop that's happening right now probably isn't going to stop. Crypto God, I bought Strudel at $5. I will break even. But here's the thing, Crypto God. If Strudel gets to $5 from where it is now, because I own it, it's not going to stop at $5. If they can, if Ataxia and the Nerd Team can pull off that revival, it's going a hell of a lot higher than $5. But you're going to sell at $5. That's the part that's messed up. And so that kind of plays into my next step here. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to come down. Join the Stack Labs, Schnaggy P. I'll tell you all about it. It's the nerd team. So, it comes down, we retest the level. Yeah, well, this level would be like 45-30. You might see some wicks further down. And then we're going to go back up. And here's what's going to happen, guys. I swear to God. You're like, no way, dude. No one's this dumb. Yeah, people are not this dumb. People are exactly this dumb. All right? It's going to go back up, and you're going to see like a little trend here. And it's going to keep going, and it's going to get to here. Who knows? Probably not on my timeline. But you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. That is exactly what will happen. These are the same people. The same people that did this and did this whole thing are going to close a break even, and then they're going to buy $1,400 higher. Watch it come all the way back down to where they closed and not close it. And then it will come all the way back up higher. And then the cycle repeats itself, okay? This is what happens constantly in the marketplace. Constantly. All right? Constantly. Curb, 44, laughs his ass off. Yeah. So Anti-Lion says, and this is a good question, okay? There are more than one way to skin a cat. There is more than one way to skin a cat. Jesus. I told you it was gonna happen. Hey, just so you know, guys, I told you this breakdown was coming 15 minutes ago. Ethereum was $80 higher when I said that, and where it is right now. So anyway, Anti-Lion says, and by the way, C3 TY God, Bitcoin's movement is rotten. It is, for real. I bought back Ethereum at 45.50. Yes. If I didn't, and it goes back to that level and holds, I would have added there anyway. Okay? But back to Anti-Lion's question, because Anti-Lion's question is a good one. There's different methodologies for trading. There's different methodologies for investing. And what he said is, my profile is more of an FA guy. So there's FA and TA, fundamental analysis and technical analysis. I'm a TA guy that relies on FA guys to find the best shit before it rips, okay? That is, when I'm playing alts, that's how I play it. He's a fundamental analysis guy. And he says, I'll literally keep holding through thick and thin, which gets me in good positions. But when do I close? And you are not alone, man. You are not alone. This is, a lot of people have this issue. And that's where there was there's an episode of Anti-Lion. I'm speaking essentially directly to Anti-Lion right now. But anybody else who is like him, you should go do the same thing. There was an episode of Uncommon Core like 2 weeks ago. Uncommon Core is a podcast with Suzu and Hasu. Suzu's the CEO of Three Arrows Capital. And there was an episode on like token valuation and how do you appropriately value exactly the projects that you're into, right? And if you think it's undervalued, how do you get a target out of it? So the easiest way that I typically do that if you're holding alts is I look at other category competitors, if there are other category competitors, and I look at their market cap. And I say, I think this is undervalued and this is growing. And this is where this market cap is likely to go just to get to average. Can it pull 10%, 20% ahead of the average of the market cap? That's going to be my target. And when I get there, I'm going to take profits. And that's how I would do it. Now, you're going to miss some, or like maybe, I'm not saying take profits, close your whole position. But you need, if that is you, and it's not just Anti-Lion, because I know there's more of you in here that feel the same way. If that is your profile, then you need to like physically write down a profit-taking strategy. Sincerely. A profit-taking strategy. So figure out a profit-taking strategy and just stick to it. Be consistent. The number one killer of people, even in technical analysis, not even just FA, like let's say you take my class when it comes out, which by the way will be free, details to follow, and you learn everything that I know, and you watch Kaza's stream, and you learn everything there is to know on Kaza's stream, and then you go to Emperor's shit, and you go through Cred's class, and you literally nail this stuff, top to bottom. If you do not equally apply it in all situations, you are going to lose money. If you cannot master yourself psychologically, you are going to lose money. And so creating that plan to take profits and how you are going to encounter these. Can I link so you got to develop your own profit-taking strategy. Like what it looks like. I don't have one because I do my profit-taking strategy based on the chart. When I see reversals, I get out. But that's how I do things, right? So there you go. Yeah, so Only Bad Names Left says, today I shared a post about Fibonacci levels. The author said he takes 20% profits on different Fib levels. That'd be a good strategy, for example, just go in the trade. Yeah, absolutely, dude. 100%. Bossman Sneaks, 98, how you doing? So you have different ways to do this. What I would say, I like to use the market cap valuation personally. And when I get there, take some off the table. Take some off the table. Take 50% off the table. Take 50% off the table and never think about it again. Check back in 10 years, but at least you found a way to take profits. That would be my advice to you. Bossman Sneaks 98. It's a pretty good one. Pretty good name. I like that. And, as always, if you would like to talk about profit trading strategies, If you want my input on other things, join the Stack Labs chat. I think you'd be surprised at how often I'm in there and how responsive I am to questions that come to me either in the chat or via direct message. And that's not going to be a permanent thing. It was very easy when there was 40 people. It's a lot less easy now that we're at like 500 people. Thank you, Bossman Sneaks. Appreciate you saying that. So I guess the time is now. If you want to learn more, come on in. I'm here now while I have time. So then I won't at some point. But this is how I called that short yesterday. And why I said, I don't know, guys, 47.30 looks pretty bad. And it was right around 47.30. We got up to 47.80. But that is these people closing their position. So this becomes supply. If people ever ask you or ask me or come to anybody and say, man, how do you know what's resistance and what's support? It's this. This is exactly how support and resistance is formed. A lot of people think that this is somebody that is like the benevolent puppet master or whatever, sitting there selling into a zone, and they're like, ah, fucker, he did it again. No. This is human psychology and greed being played out on a chart. So, why was it easy to call that short? Well, because it was the logical place for price to react, all right? This is where the context part of trading comes in. Bossman Sneaks 98 says, what are your thoughts on people calling $100K BTC by end of this bull run? At first I thought you said end of year, and I was like, do I think we're going to go up 50% in 30 days? No, I do not. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It is possible. I mean, look at this shit. $100K is possible, but I think everybody's looking at it, so I don't think it's likely. Okay, I don't think it's likely that happens. It might. I don't really care. Like, whether we do or don't, 100K isn't shit to me. If it isn't this cycle, it'll be the next one. Like not 100K isn't shit. I'm not saying like the money isn't shit. I'm saying that like us hitting that doesn't really matter to me. Jasper just asked, do you look at weekly? And I do. Yeah, so there's a lot about this that I don't look at it that often, but I like a few things about how this is forming from a momentum perspective. Uncle Rick in the Stack Labs chat says, well, you said the other day about when you hit a golf shot poorly and you're trying to force it down the fairway is so true. I did that last night instead of stabled. Yeah. It should be fine. Get back in there. I belong to a country club. I play a lot of golf. So I talk about what I know. All right, so there's a ton of volatility everywhere right now, like a ton of volatility. The VIX is crazy in the standard market. You're seeing jumps in price. Yeah, I see you, Rick. All over. There's distribution, there's weakness, whatever. Where I was going when I saw that was, I wasn't saying that like 100K isn't shit. 100K is obviously a ton of money. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't know how much money I'll ever have. $100,000 was a number that not too long ago for me, I was like, oh my God, that literally my life is different now. Okay. And it will always continue to be that. My point is, I don't see any significance with Bitcoin actually going to the point where 100K matters, right? I just don't, like, what changes other than people being like, we made it, and they get fucking like Dow 20K hats. Like, who the fuck cares? Sincerely, who the fuck cares? All right. Yeah, Shady, dead on, man. Dead on. How do your drawings adjust? Okay, so this is like, here's your, if you go to settings and visibility, you can actually adjust what charts they show up on. So like my 3-day, well, not that one, that's a shitty example. The thing is, I chart on so many different ones that you go, okay, look, here's daily, 3-day. Hey, the monthly looks vastly different. And then I just draw key levels there. And you can see I forgot to take them off here. So like, there's no reason for this to be there. I'll go to settings, visibility, and I'll take, I'll take off weekly, and boom, it goes away. That's how you do that. It's also over here. There you go. Yep. Yeah, boss man, I'll get there. Matic actually looks pretty good. Matic looks very good. We got our own little conversation between Carl and Uncle Rick. Jared didn't stable the fund. I did not stable the fund. Because I think this is just games. Like, I don't try to catch every move, okay? I just don't. It's a lot easier for me to not try to catch every move in the fund because it costs me like $1,000 out of my own pocket every time I want to change the allocation of the fund. All right? So believe me that I will do things when it is real. Not when it is not, right? Oh my God, did I just erase all of my shit on this? Oh, please God, no. There we go. All right. Let's talk about ETHBTC. I posted and pinned in the chat last night. 0824 is the last line of resistance. And would you believe that somebody messaged me and was like, hey man, we're at 0835 now, so clearly that line's been broken. And my thought was, you clearly don't watch the stream. Peeking your head above a level does not mean you've broken that level. Okay? So this is why we put the line where we did, because it was the top, the peak of this run up from May, and we got back there again, and hey, what do you know? It sold. Yeah, so I will get to all your alt requests. So I saw a request on Alice, on FTM, on Matic. Let me get through ETHBTC and then we'll go right there. Because to me, it's macro first, and then you start talking about shitcoins. All right. So we peaked our heads up, and we got the first real selling on ETH BTC. Yeah, I can do CRV. That we've gotten in a while. Like that is a reversal bar. If you're into like Japanese candlesticks and reading all that shit, that is a reversal. Which is not shocking, guys. It's not shocking. So I'm looking for a relative strength move, like a relative strength change, I guess, on a higher time frame. So if we end up like fucking around down here for a while, and kind of do one of these guys and pop back up and reject again, we'll probably have a divergence, and you will see the fund switch from Ethereum to Bitcoin. Or stable. I don't know what will happen. But I'm looking for a higher time frame reversal on this level to then see what happens. And the most likely outcome is, like everything, and again, this is just fucking TA 101, guys, not splitting the fucking atom here, is that we had this level that was rejected once, twice, kind of struggled with it here, and then broke through. And even though everybody will tell you or want to jump to the conclusion that, well, if you got through it for a moment, then surely it must be broken. No. A level is not proven to be broken until it is tested from the other side, guys. Jesus fuck. Okay? So, when we test it from this side, and it responds positively, or it fucking breaks down, I don't know. That is when you would go, all right, this looks really good. Let me reload back into Ethereum. We got this little consolidation. And like, it also could look like, you know. All right. That's usually what happens. That is usually what happens on stuff like this. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is going to blow your fucking mind. Literally, I'm sorry, guys. You have to pause for a second while I do some live producing, but I swear to God, it's going to be worth it, okay? In fact, if you have friends that aren't currently on this stream, invite them in. That's how good what I'm about to show you is. All right? So, it's going to take me like a minute and a half to get this thing queued. You got a minute and a half to bring your friends in here, because this is going to be like, holy fuck. I swear to God, dude, if this does not blow your mind after I get it in here, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I also hate live producing, so the fact that I'm actually doing this means that How long do you have? Not that much time. It's actually going faster than I thought. No, where are the downloads? Fuck you. Okay. Just where are you, bitch? How's the new equipment? Pretty nice, man. For real. Why the fuck is this not... I got one of the two things that I need to work and the other one not to, but it's way more powerful if you have both. You're back. Yeah, that was it, man. Sorry. All right. Remember how I just said it's definitely all doing better now? Well, it's not. Downloads. Save. All right. I have a new plan. Okay. This will be the best way to get my first point across. Okay, first and foremost, everybody has seen this, right? I would assume. Everybody's seen like the pretty standard Wyckoff distro, right? By the way, right as I was about to do this, ad. Okay, everybody's seen this. But have you seen this? You're like, Jared, I'm so ready for this. Yeah, I know you are. Me too. Here we go. This is the best way I could live produce this. Ready? Like, yeah, dude, we've been ready. Why don't you take a look at this? Okay. We got, this is Ethereum. Here is the standard Wyckoff, which everybody talks about, which is memed constantly. Okay. This is what the reaccumulation schematic looks like. Keep this image in your mind right now. Okay. Yeah. I know it does. But if you notice, what's happening right here when you peek through highs? Yeah. Yeah, it fucking chops. It flags. You know, I know you guys just think I'm a pretty face and all that shit. Yeah. All right. Now, if you've been listening to me for a while, you know I've talked shit about Wyckoff before, which I have, okay? I'm not here saying that I haven't, all right? But hey guys. Hey. Here's Bitcoin. It looks exactly like this motherfucker. And then you go to this, and it looks just like this. All right. So I've been waiting on that. I actually wrote up a big analysis report that I was like a report or my analysis on ETHBTC when I saw this, when it was right here. Okay. I first saw this in October and I was like, son of a bitch. I cannot believe that. And it has buoyed my strength of conviction in Ethereum in that time. Again, you guys don't have to know everything I'm doing. I give you a fucking lot. All right. But this is uncanny how much this looks exactly like the reaccumulation schematic from Wyckoff. Now, if all you fuckers start seeing this shit all over crypto Twitter, so, yeah, this is a pretty fucking, excuse me, bullish time to be in Ethereum. It makes the flippening more likely. I just deleted all my lines here, so whatever. I think it was worth it. And it has not shocked me that we got resistance there, and we're going to just kind of flag down back. There might be a trade in the fund that's worth it back down here. So if I see like a higher time frame reversal, which we're starting to get already here, I will probably flip to Bitcoin and play that back down to the level that I had already had. But I mean, there's not a single thing that you could say to me that would make me bearish on Ethereum anytime soon. I even had the schematic lined up right next to the reaccumulation schematic, and actually label the chart just like it. And the shit was insane, man. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. We lost 15 viewers while I was trying to produce that, which I can get it. You guys don't want to see me fuck around here. But Peter Pan says, are you a believer in the flippening within a reasonable amount of time? Am I a believer in the flippening? Yeah, I am. Simply just because it makes sense that it would. Right? Like expanding supply versus fixed supply. Yeah, they're checking liquidation emails. Probably. It's pretty bad out there right now. Yo, fuck. I didn't know it got that bad. It's not good. Okay? Not good. You would like to see this level hold on the S&P? Is the S&P 500 overpriced? Yup. I mean, how do you determine that? I'm going to get into alts in a second here, guys. So, if you have alt requests or questions or whatever, start putting them in the chat right now, and I'll get to them. So I'll go back to where we started, the ones that we had already talked about. I just got to go back in the chat and find theirs. But start filling up with whatever you like while I wax philosophical here. Yep. Gotcha, Jelly. We want this to hold badly. So I would venture to guess that, yeah, I'll get you, Leo. Yes. Sovereign got it exactly right. Taper tantrum to get the Fed to turn course. 100%. This is them being like, all right, bitch. You're going to taper. We're going to sell. Do I think it's passively worth investing in the S&P? Yeah, 100%, dude. Like, I am not only in crypto. I still have my 401k from when I worked. I still have a bunch of other investments. I still trade stocks or equities. I still trade futures. So yes, the S&P 500 is absolutely worth investing in. Like, no joke. I would put the majority of Leo Paul. I swear to God, if you ask me for my entry on ETH again, I'm going to kick you out. I read everything that comes into the chat. Everything. I don't miss anything, pretty much ever. Even when I see people talking shit, I read it. I just don't acknowledge it. So yes. So this is essentially a shot at the Fed. And we'll see what they do. Keep in mind, they announced. This is what they announced. This is all that it took. No worries, man. No worries. Just understand, I see your question, and I will tell you. 45.50 is your best spot, though. If it holds. If it breaks down, 4,400. All that it took for this to happen was them saying they were going to talk about tapering. They were going to talk about tapering early. This is what happened. Okay? Just keep that in mind. We are getting the strength that you want to see, or the end of selling that you want to see here. So like it's trying to pull up, but this is the area that we've literally been talking about testing from the top side since we broke out on Ethereum. So these funny looking boxes aren't here because I love Christmas, though I do. Green, red, green. Green means it should hold as support. We'll see. Hanad sees it. A-line rejected once, broke through, test it from the other side. At what point would you stay able to fund? So here's the funny part about like managing a fund that's that size is like me playing volatility is a little bit tough. But I just showed you like the most unbelievably fucking bullish Ethereum chart of all time. So I'm really not that worried. But it would be that is when I would actually move the fund back to cash. All right, let's go back to requests and I'll start going through them. Yes. I think the first one I got was Matic, so let's go to Matic. And then I'm going to go to Jelly, who asked me very politely for MC Weth. which I'm happy to do. And here's the thing. If you're a tier 3 sub, I'm going to answer all your requests. All of them. If you're a sub in general, I'll get to you. If you are a tier 3 sub, I'll answer as many questions as you like. That's right, Carl. Retest from the other side. And I'm sure the rest of the class appreciates that, Jelly. But it's your power. Yield it as you see fit. So yeah, Matic actually looks pretty damn good, man. Like pretty damn good. I don't like Matic. I don't particularly enjoy trading on Polygon, but it has a pretty nice channel it's been holding. We just got this sold down because, again, somebody bought here when they thought Matic was going to $20. It came all the way back down. They didn't sell here. They finally got their wick back into their entry, and what did they do? Well, they fucking sold it, okay? Like, that's just how this shit goes. Eventually, I'm going to keep repeating this stuff until you guys see it. And you're going to be like, son of a bitch, he's right. It happens all the time. There we go. So remember, whenever you look at this type of stuff, Matic's chart looks good, but that's not the only piece of the equation, right? Yes, you want the USD pair to look good, no doubt about it. But what are you selling to buy Matic? If you're selling Ethereum to buy Matic, is it worth it? Obviously, yesterday it was. Today it was not. How are we looking here? Right? So you have some angled lines, fine. I need a fucking... Oh my god. There. So that's what's sitting ahead of Matic. But if it gets through that area versus Ethereum, which is the more important area, Rick T, subscribe to tier 1. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. I'm not sure if that's Crypto Rick from the chat or not, but, you know, not a ton of Ricks out there. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Neither did I until I started streaming. How do I sub tier 3? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I guess when you go to sub, there's an option for another tier. I swear to God, I have no idea. I swear to God. So this is the area that you need to look at versus Matic. So is it going to be worth it until we get to that point? I don't know, man. It might not. Like, it probably is worth buying the dips when we get here, because this is the move that you want to capture right here. It's the breakout of this area to the next area of resistance. Like, that's a pretty large move. It's a 22% move versus ETH. That's what you want. This is the move you want to catch. Not that these aren't good moves, they are. And so, like, if your thesis on Matic is, I think Matic number goes up, like this is the L2 narrative is going to be big, and, you know, everybody likes Polygon, whatever. Fine. If that's the case, then the area that you want to try to buy is down here by support, the 3838 level. 3838 level. So here's okay. Probably anything sub 4, obviously I'm talking 0004, is a good entry on Matic versus ETH for the moment. There he is, Rick T, subscribed at tier 3, man. Thanks, brother. Now we have 4 tier 3 subs. Me, Jelly, JOV, and Rick. Appreciate you, bud. So that's where you would want to get in, because that's a pretty large move. Hanad said, how is that move generated? I mean, what's happening in there is that Matic is going up more than Ethereum is, or in some cases, declining less than Ethereum is, and that's where this chart really shows. But the way that you actually make money in alts, guys, and make money in a real way, is by understanding relative strength. By the way, Rick, now you got this like super fancy emoji you can use. Pretty cool. You got the blue one. Only 3 other people can do that. Pretty sick. So this is the move you want to run on Matic if you want to. Okay, I'm not talking about FA. Please understand me that there are a few projects. That's my dog. There's a few projects that I will happily give my opinion on from an FA perspective because I've put the time in, but that's not my specialty. My specialty is TA. And so I will tell you what I see from a TA perspective, but I'm not the one to be like, they're changing the fucking world. So, you know, just know that. Just know that. Okay, I remember Matic being first. I'm scrolling back in the chat. That makes it a little bit harder to do. I really am trying to be fair. Well, I said I was going to do MC with anyway, so let's do that. Probably not on this one. Oh! Is that real? Is that real? It's not that I'm against Dex tools. I just used them when they first came out, and Dex tools absolutely sucked balls for a long time. For real. I'm pulling it up right now off screen. Like one of the first times I streamed, I doxed my entire wallet. And I was like, oh, well, there's my money, guys. Ha ha. So now I do things off screen. So yeah, I can go back and forth here, but don't worry about. So like, here's the thing, guys. I made the point about subs because I really don't give any preferential treatment to subs, and I was thinking about this the other day. This is how I'll choose to do it. Like I will choose to give preferential treatment to subs who are financially supporting me and the stream. By always answering their questions whenever they want. All right. And obviously tier 3s take precedence. So I appreciate you guys' support like hell. I really do. Like, you guys don't have to do this. At the same time, the reason why I bring it up is if you can't afford the sub, man, don't sub. Don't. I don't want you to. I really don't want you to. So, you know, if you can afford it and you like what I'm doing, cool. If you can't afford it, I'm not going to be like, fuck you, man, be a sub. Fucking JOV. Oh my God. Just so you guys know, I think Jay, what is that, 90 subs that he's now donated? Thank you, my friend. I never know when Jay's here either, dude, because Jay doesn't really log in and talk here. Thanks, man. Well, now I got a lot of subs, so I guess I'm going to be answering a lot of questions. I'm looking at the next one. I do recall somebody asking about Alice, so I guess I'll go to Alice. And then I need to find another method for doing this. Jay tricked the system. What's nice about doing this is you can just quickly toggle back and forth between Weth. Guess it's not my day. Everybody's subbed but me. Can you actually see who's subbed and who isn't? Yeah, Alice looks really, really good, man. I really like this, to be honest with you. Oh, there's a star icon? All right, sweet. Guys, literally, I don't know shit, okay? I don't know shit on how this stuff works. So, well, I mean, I know this, but I don't know how Twitch works. So this looks crispy as hell. Quite frankly, I don't often do this. Alice is probably a buy right now. Assuming the market doesn't fall apart, Alice is a buy. Because this is a flipped level versus Ethereum. And I'm less concerned about the USD. So, The guy with what I believe is Korean, C3TY. Guy, you are welcome. No problem. See, look at that. Shady comes in. He's our gift leader number 3. So Jay's gifted 30. Akorian, who's not here today, is gifted 30, and Shady's gifted 6. Thank you all. Thank you all. FTM, that was the other one I was going to do. I'm trying to go in order, guys. Keep pumping them in the chat. I'm just going to work down. So I look at live on Twitch and over here. I'm your big fan. Thanks, man. We'll do FTM here first. Holding this level, $1.91, pretty good. Through some pretty shitty, quite frankly, this is pretty impressive relative strength. Pretty impressive relative strength for what a shit day we're having. Like, no joke. So FTM, pretty good relative strength today. In relative strength, I used, like, I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull up FTM versus WEF, but I already know what it's going to look like. I don't even have to. Yeah. Why does it have relative strength right now? Because it's holding a key level. It's holding a key level. And that's why it wasn't sold like everything else was just now. Long Dallas. See, I got to be careful with you, Carl. You're the one who told me. He's like, no, I just kind of YOLO into shit. He asked me a question about the fund, and I was like, I don't know, man. Don't do anything if you don't feel good about it. Like, I'd rather you not get in. And he was like, too late, man. I'm in. Do I have a take on Apex? Let me get through everything else. When we got time, I'll talk about that. All right, so FTM also in a pretty good spot. Can I make a first-time request for Ohm? Yeah, dude, I got you on Ohm. So yeah, CRV has been low-key, man. I'm super pissed about CRV. Like, super pissed. Because I watched CRV forever. I even bought it down here, and I got, like, bored with it, and then sold it. And that's been a fucking atrocious move. And a lot of my friends are, like, balls deep in, like, 3Curve and all that stuff. So, yeah, it is literally the only DeFi project's doing well. But this is sort of sloppy here. But look, I even did the curve sucks balls chart at some point because John, thank you. John 324. I'm literally going to be on for 5 hours answering you guys' questions because if you're a sub, now I have to. And I'm even being nice. President Mountain Dew isn't a sub, and I'm still going to answer his question too. So I talked shit about curve at some point, clearly. Because I had put this, if you had held curve from the first time it was up, you're down 72%, but it's starting to do its thing again. And it doesn't look bad. Like, this is definitely something that if you want to, you know, put in one of their yield farming schemes, it is, look, when you're evaluating this shit, guys, what is this called? Okay? What is this called? Do not overcomplicate things. Dennis! Subscribed for 2 months. Hey, man, look at you. Thank you so much. John, been following me on Twitter for a while. Tuned in for the first time today. I like it a lot. I appreciate you saying that, man. You never know. Quite frankly, dude, I streamed an empty room for a long time. There's like 12 of us here. There's like Ataxia in the nerd quarter. That was it. Jaspo got it right, though, man. Like, let's not overcomplicate things. This is a low. This is a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. We put in a higher low down here, it's probably going to make a higher high. And when you're looking at where this could stop, the true test will be, can it break this level? Okay. So I don't know what Curve's going to do. It, quite frankly, might get blown the fuck out here, but This is pretty strong. If it can get over this 1965 level, yikes. Yikes. All right. So, Carl, there you go. If we put in a higher low here and can continue doing this to get to this level, there will literally be millionaires made out of people who bought fucking Curve. And I hate Curve. Their emission schedule. Here's the thing about Curve. I don't hate it. It's actually great. Their emission schedule was so bad that it ruined the project through DeFi Summer, really. Like, look, this is DeFi Summer, like the end of it when it actually launched. It was on longer than this, but like, it was just down only, man. Just down only versus Ethereum. Because their emission schedule was such trash. Yeah, the DAOs do want that voting power, and so they're loading up, which is pretty sick. I mean, good. They got their mousetrap. Maybe they were just too early. I don't know. What was the next one that we had? We got a lot of people talking about how they don't have friends. So I have 2 chat boxes. I'm going back and forth. And Curve Wars is fun to watch. Yeah, I can do EGLD, no problem. I did MC. Roll-ups narrative. There's Rick asking about how do I subscribe to tier 3. It's $30. That's like not even one Ethereum transaction. Yeah. Alice on Bybit. Damn, I thought we had more requests than that. All right, I'm still going. Somebody asked me what platforms I stream on. So I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter live, and then here, obviously, on Twitch. Let's go to Ohm, since we got it. I think it's actually on my list, too. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I'll look at Adam, too. Actually, I like Adam, where it is right now. And I'll tell you why. So, Ohm has obviously got its own issues. Like, we all remember this day where shit got super loose. And it just like nuked down when that one guy got greedy and was not 1-1 or 3-3 or whatever. So that nuked down, came back up, came down. But it's holding this level. The thing is, like anything like you know, the emission schedule is so crazy and how much it's like constantly inflating. You got to be careful. Eventually, there will be enough charting data for GOM, which tracks the index for stakers, and I think that'll be a better chart. You're probably right, because you would see what would be happening with stakers if that's the index, right? And that's probably, in fact, I'm 100% certain, Polar Bear, if you find that and you're in OHM, which I'm not, I wish I was. Jay even told me about it when it was here. I remember JOV being like, yo, this is sick. OHM's nice. And I was like, what is it? And I didn't know anything about it. This was before time. This was before all that other shit. And I was like, oh man, I should scoop some. That's pretty nasty. And all I did was miss like a 6x with crazy emissions. So OHM is, if they were able to do this for essentially a year, I'm not saying that it's out. It clearly has the best community. You just got to be careful. So I think that stakers idea is probably the right one. Probably the right one. I don't know if I can do OHM ETH. Yeah, I can't. I guess I can do OHM DAI over. Yeah, there you go. So not bad. I mean, obviously it blew the doors out of Ethereum for a long time, and it's been depreciating. But you know. Is it safe to enter alts again? Like right now? Meaning, because like, is the dump done? I would guess not. I would guess not. Yeah, dude, Luna's crushing it too. All right. So I don't know if I necessarily answered your question. Excuse me. But I want to see this level hold, because if this level doesn't hold, your best case scenario is 634, and the most likely scenario is I'll see at $300. He said, does Ohm, where did you say? Ohm seemed too big to not be at a major exchange to you. And then Polar Bear said they have a proposal with GSR, a market maker on sexes and shit, which could send it to tier 1 soon, but I don't know what'll happen. Yeah, so that'd be interesting. I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to see that happening, just given what Ohm is. But, you know, there would have to be some crazy promises made to the exchanges to list it. Yeah. I mean, that's the idea. It's just like the emission schedule is so crazy. So has anybody asked for ADA just for the meme? Because you guys like to trigger me. It's still on my chart, but yeah, I mean, this is just fun. I love pulling up the ADA chart just to talk about what a piece of shit that it is. Exactly right, Schnaggy. Exactly right. And I think the only way that would actually happen, where it would go to a centralized exchange, is if they were like, we're going to decrease emissions 90%. Because then it would make sense. Otherwise, it kind of doesn't, right? Yeah, so ADA, this is one of my like favorite charts of all time. Because you can see here what we have in front of us. You don't see it often in the wild, particularly in trading, but what you have in front of you here is a piece of shit. Okay, this is a absolute piece of shit chart. ADA has never done anything worth doing, and I'm not even sure I would invest my worst enemy's money into ADA. So that's how I feel. One of these days, I'm going to get the ADA maxes in here and they're just going to fucking blow me up. But, you know, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Adam, yeah. So Adam is sitting like right on this key level. Yeah, so, Camel Can says, I feel bad for him. I don't, dude. At the end of the day, if you're so brainwashed by a bag you're holding, then I don't really know what to tell you. You know? Yeah, I have a lot of Adam too. I will say that I own less Adam proportionally to the rest of the Cosmoverse than I used to. So you're seeing this overlap of this level, which is pretty sloppy. And maybe that was really more the key level because you got this like breakout here. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Don't get me wrong. So like, sorry, there is a bull div right now developing on Adam on the daily. Yeah, I did talk about CRV. So like you would want to see this do that, which I'm guessing it will because my current thesis is number go up. And that's like typically what will happen with that sort of a signal. So we'd like to see a recovery here in the general marketplace if we want Adam and not take total shit. But you have this div here, and then when you go to Adam ETH, it's actually doing the same thing, even though, again, it looks like a bag of dicks. You see this rundown actually has decreasing bearish momentum. So the trigger on a long on Adam to me is when you see this turn up. So that's what this white bubble is on my indicator, which, by the way, if you want the indicator, join the Stack Labs chat, send me a DM with your trading view name, and I'll give it to you. There's nothing unique about my indicator at all. It is a standard indicator. The only difference is It's conditionally formatted. Okay? It's just conditionally formatted. It shows you when things change. That's it. So, if we were able to hold this area and actually get a turn up, I would long, even though it's Atom versus ETH, I would long at that point. So I'm really more interested in the Atomoth chart than I am the Atom USD chart. Because, yeah, this looks terrible. It looks terrible. But if this comes true, then it's pretty likely that this will come true as well. By the way, I forgot that one of the things I was planning on talking about is this chart right here, which admittedly looks like shit at the moment, but it looked a lot better when I was first starting, and it's the Solana chart. And there's a lot that I am very, very bullish about. And so this is going to be, so nobody requested this. I'm just giving this right now. And it's probably the best setup that you could have at the moment. And that is a channel regain on a very high time frame. So I want to talk about this because I spent a lot of time on Bitcoin talking about this channel high deviation. Channel high deviation, we tried it once, came down, tried it again, rejected. And when we rejected here, I said the most likely outcome, literally, fucking, all right. Obviously, you guys know that I've been on a pretty hot streak right now and been calling a lot of crazy shit, which is not always the case, but, you know, it's been a pretty good go for me lately. But do you understand that, like, on this day, in November 10th or so, I was like, I'm pretty sure that this is going to test the other side of the fucking channel when we were at $65,000. I mean, look, you don't have to come watch this. You don't have to come to Stack Labs. I don't know if you just prefer being poor. But that is your prerogative, I suppose. Anyway, I'm feeling a little cocky right now. It's been a good month. Which means I'm about to get humbled. That said, for real. Okay? We called that shit here. Literally right here. And anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up is not to be like, hey guys, on the shit. But it was a channel top deviation. And when it broke down, I said if it broke down, that's where I have these numbers on this chart. The most likely areas it would go to are 1, 2, and 3. Well, it actually stopped at the first one and it came back up, but 2's right here. The most likely way that this resolves itself is by going to test the other side of the channel. Right? Which is what we're getting right now. Now, let me go back to Solana. You guys looking at this? You have it in your mind? Everybody sees what I'm seeing? Okay. There's your channel low deviation. It's not like this shit only works from a bear perspective. It works from a bull perspective as well. This is essentially proving that there is demand. They tried to break this motherfucker twice. Twice. Once here, another time here, and it's held. And so the text and the arrows, why I have this here, is if you can regain this, see this arrow? If you can regain this back into the channel, then you're probably going to get that. Invert it. Yeah. On the inverted chart, channel high deviation, guys. Bad news. It's going down to the bottom again. So we could reject here and it might be all over. I don't know. But yeah, the fucking every time I look at this fucking chart, in every way that I can, I want to buy more. They're red hot. Soul ETH looks sexual. 100%, dude. Every time I look at this chart, I want to buy more. I told you literally a little bit ago that before I came on stream, I bought 1,400 Soul. Spot. And this is why. So, literally... I'm not. Believe me, my 1,400 is a lot. I mean, it's a couple $100 grand, but like, it's not enough to buoy this shit. You know, I figure one day somebody's going to pay me to be a market maker. I could. Let me know. If there's an exchange out there watching right now and you want me to be a market maker, I'm available. Hit me up, Sam. I'll paint the fuck out of your charts. But seriously, man, this chart is amazing. I did not do Luna yet. I will do it next because Luna's nasty. Luna is really good. Really, really good. So yeah, you essentially have this like sideways channel flag shit going on. And it's super, super fucking bullish. And this, again, is just how price action works. If you can break out and regain the channel on Solana, I am pretty fucking sure that we're going to test the other side. Maybe it doesn't, but like, understand that. See, I don't know if you guys get this or not, because a lot of times, like, I don't say shit because I assume it's common knowledge. And maybe I should just stop doing that and just assume that, like, I'm not saying this to be a dick, but essentially, managing to the lowest common denominator. Like, my assumption is you know this, but I'm going to go over it anyway. Okay? When there's a rejection like this, one, when we get back up there, it'll reject again. So whenever we get to 250, it will reject, and people will be like, that was it. Fucking game over, boys. Go home, 250. But the point is, when you have these, there are sellers on this side of the market, people that are actually net short, people that know what they're doing. And forcing them in a position to close adds fuel to that fire. So, like, you guys remember when this shit happened, where literally there was a span where you went from $60 to $220 on Solana? Like, it's essentially what you will see again. If we get a breakout of this 258 level, you will see this shit absolutely. They're red hot with two T's. I couldn't see what the other one was. They're red hot has 100% right. You're going to squeeze the shit out of this thing. And it's going to just absolutely fucking moon. And it's going to do it. And you're all going to sit there if you don't get long early and fucking weep into your beer or whatever it is that you do that you didn't catch it. And I'm saying there's no fucking reason for that right now. You want to find a good place to long Solana soon. Where's a good place to enter? So it depends. Like, quite frankly, so I took a position right before I came on stream. So I'm actually slightly underwater. I think it was like 227 when I bought. But you can see it is rejecting this area. So that was, but here's the thing, Rick, that is where I literally will take a look at something and go, I don't really give a fuck about the trigger entry. Because it just looks too good. Okay. So if you were going to H4, let me look. I haven't even looked. Yeah, quite honestly, it's probably a long right here. If it's not a long here, it would be here, 215, 208, 202. So like all these little like consolidation areas, but like this might be the backside retest. Because here's the thing, this was always going to sell here. In fact, in chat yesterday, I said it was going to sell here. That it would probably rip to here and reject. 208, Nib, you're in a great fucking spot. You're in a great spot. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. I don't personally care that I'm underwater on this because if it plays out like I think it's going to, I'm not going to give a shit about that. I'm not. So this could be a good spot here. And I'd be willing to hold this pretty much all the way down to range lows and still not care. Now, if like the whole market shifts, then I'm going to care and I'll sell early, but that's not how I would do it. But look at this. Not shocking that it rejected that 228, 230 area. So if you want my crystal ball opinion, these are where you're going to see the next rejections. You'll see it from move from 230 to 240, probably come back down. You'll see it from 254 back to 240, come back down, and then you'll see it break out and do crazy shit where everyone's like, oh my God, how did I miss? So, yeah. Somebody asked about Mover. Mover looks terrible. That was JJ Twitch. Ah, fuck, sorry. I'll do that next. But yeah, Mover looks terrible. I don't know, JJ, why you're asking. But it looks like poverty on a chart. So that's what I would say. I mean, it's unbelievably strong. It went from 38 to 64 in like 4 days. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Hopefully you guys see what I'm doing here, because I look at the USD chart first. And yeah, I'll take a look at it. Dude, everybody, it went to $38 from $50. Like, I don't blame you. And the market looked like shit, so don't feel bad about that, dude. Just buy back in. Maybe not here, but hopefully you guys see what I'm doing. Like, I look at the USD chart and get an idea in my brain about what that chart looks like, and then I look at the relative strength chart. I do it in that order on purpose. Okay? And then you're like, man, I don't know. Why did it stop at 62? Let's go back. Look, there's no reason for that to have stopped there. It's in price discovery, man. This is bullshit. Up only. Well, it's because it's at resistance versus Ethereum. Fucking, well, I don't know, man. It's just going to be up only the whole way. All right. It's a lot of resistance versus Ethereum. And my dumbass bought resistance, bro. We're all resistance buyer. I bought, you know, essentially 300 grand worth of Solana, and I'm down. Yeah, you're about to see. You're probably going to see ETH 4480 right now. Probably. I can already see that I use X over ETH way too little. Yeah, John. You are. No, I think it'll bounce. I think this is a key level. I hope it doesn't break down. I gotta pull off my fucking scribbles from earlier. So no, I don't think it's gonna break down. I think it's doing exactly what we actually said the other day that we wanted it to do. We wanted it to test it from the other side. Now, it doesn't feel good while it's happening, Rick, but we wanted it to come back down and prove that we flipped this, which is what it's doing. So I'm okay with that. What makes me nervous, and the only reason why I'm even nervous a little bit right now, is what's happening in the standard marketplace. So got a crazy sell-off. I haven't even looked what's happening with ES right now. That looks like, again, poverty. Could probably go another 30 handles before it stops. Not good. Your Momicron? That's pretty funny. So yeah, Luna's relative strength. By the way, John said, I can already see that I use X over ETH way too little. I'm learning. Yeah, dude, that's the whole point of this. The other thing is, if you notice, you probably don't because I flip through shit pretty quickly. I will go there, Elo. I have the top 100 market cap DeFi, and then I also have the top 100 market cap over its underlying asset. So like you look on down days like today, Cody is up versus Ethereum right now. Luna is up versus Ethereum right now. Acro inexplicably is up. Pulse is up versus Ethereum right now, okay? This is how you guys are supposed to be trading this shit. I don't bring this up very often, but like, you look at things that improve versus Ethereum. What the fuck happened to 1 inch? Somebody got super big on 1 inch yesterday. Wait, is Link on here? I'm gonna delete it, swear to God. Oh my God, Link, look at this. Yes, oh, beautiful, look at that shit. Link Marines down 88+% since the top. Look at these fucking guys. Just unbelievable. The good news is it's down to support. It only took them, how many days is that? August of 20 to December of 21 to get back to support. So, you know, there you go. But anyway, guys, like for real, that's, you know, I'm happy to answer questions and do shit, but the point of me doing this is to give you a little bit of a look right now. But the idea is for you to look at what I'm doing and start doing it yourself. Find relative strength. And by the way, all bullshit aside, I like doing this because it's fun. I like talking to you guys. I have a good time doing it. But the reason why I want people to join the Stacked Labs chat, the reason why I want people to participate here is that, you know what's a lot easier than me looking at relative strength through thousands of tickers every day? All of us doing it, and then talking about it in the Stacked Labs chat, and then coming back in here where we can laugh at everybody else and be like, hey man, we're rich while you fuckers are poor because we know how relative strength works and we work together as a team. That is literally the whole reason why I do this shit. Because it's fun. I don't do it to make money. This has been a money losing proposition for me so far. And to deputize a bunch of people to look for the same stuff that I look for so we can all get paid together. Is that so much to ask? I don't think so. So that's the whole idea. That's why I say join the Stacked Labs chat. That's why I say come participate here and hang out. My mind is actually starting to bend because of these streams. The most I've learned the whole time I've been doing this. Bro, I love to hear it. Thank you. Yeah, fuck yeah, Stacked Labs chat's free, dude. I've literally never, ever asked anybody for money. Ever. Now, I appreciate it when you guys sub. I appreciate that people patronize my fund because I do make money off of that. But I don't charge for my indicator. I don't charge to ask me questions. I'm going to put out a class on TA that's going to be better than anything else that exists right now, and I'm going to charge $0 for it. $0. Because you know what, man? If I need to charge you money, for shit, then I must not be a good trader, okay? Like, you prove yourself to be a LARPing ass bitch if you gotta charge money for things. I don't need your money. I don't. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good. But the other thing, like I kind of talked about tongue in cheek, not that long ago, was part of the reason why I like doing this and why I like making calls and why I don't charge anything is not only to do what I just said, but also so I can literally bankrupt every single paid group leader that's out there. Every single one. I want to destroy every paid group. Every single one. Now, alt paid groups, a little bit different. But like part of me wanting to do this is like, I don't need your money because I'm not a LARPing ass bitch. I make my own money. And two, I want to take those people down. Usually they're preying on people who are trying to learn. Yeah, I mean, this actually looks really solid. And yeah, so like alts are a little bit different, dude. Like there's an alt art form, which I get. So I cut a little bit of slack on alts. Like if you specialize in real stuff, not bullshit, not pump and dump stuff, but like real stuff. And like finding good FA plays long term, I could see charging money for that. I won't personally do it, but you know, maybe that's justifiable. However, it's just not my move. I don't need the money. So that is strength. That is strength. This looks really good. Who was that? John? Who asked for this? Here you go. Yeah, John. Yeah, it looks really good, man. It looks really good. As long as you see this relative strength versus BTC, it's a hold. You talking about me personally? You could be great at TA but are afraid to click the buy button, or are you just saying like in general? I don't have that problem. Yeah, you're right. So the question, so why is Link so wrecked? Well, I think a lot of people got in on Link early. Like if you notice, it's in people's like Twitter profiles. Yeah, sloppy unlocks. A lot of people like in their Twitter profile was like, I was in the Link ICO. It's like a badge of honor. Like sweet. So yeah. Yeah, so I invest selectively into projects, and I'm going to be doing it a lot more. But when I look at projects, I talked about this on the hell was that? What's that one app you do on your phone that everybody was like hot about for like Note for a period of time? What was that called? You know, the one that like you had to get an invite for? What the hell is that app called? I don't know. Whatever. Somebody will hear know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Club or whatever it is. Clubhouse. You got it. Clubhouse. Yeah. I was on Clubhouse just kind of doing a chat with a buddy of mine. And yes, Shady's going exactly where I'm going. And you have to understand that it's not just that you have an idea worth executing on the blockchain or a token that's worth putting out. That's not it. Like, you have to have that. If you don't have that, or if you don't have a narrative, then yeah, like, it's very hard to get any traction if you don't have a narrative, if your protocol doesn't actually do anything. So when you're evaluating a project from an investing perspective, you look at that and go, what are you doing? Is there a narrative for this? Is there a market for this? Is it going to solve a problem? Great. Yes. Okay, that's one. Now let's go to two. Let's talk about your tokenomics. Well, your tokenomics are garbage. They do not connect to your mission whatsoever. So no, I have no interest whatsoever in investing in your product because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know how to tie equity into the token and how to make the tokenomics make sense. Like, there's some incredible projects coming out. Like, one of the projects I talk about all the time is called Layer Zero. I know the CEO, Brian. He's a good dude. Did not let me in the sale. Breaks my heart. But Layer Zero is going to do crazy things. Layer Zero is going to do crazy things. They just raised like $100 million at a $1 billion valuation. They're coming out. Layer Zero, write it down. You should try to get into it if you can. The only thing I don't know about Layer Zero, I don't know about the tokenomics. I love the FA of Layer Zero. What Layer Zero doing very well could change the game for crypto if they get it right. It would essentially connect liquidity between centralized exchange, decentralized exchange, everything. If they get it right, it'll be beautiful. They could absolutely trash their valuation and their project if they do not get the tokenomics right. And I've never seen it. I don't know. If there's no use for the token, Layer Zero will crash. Plain and simple. If they overprint their token because they took on too many investors and so it dilutes the marketplace, Layer Zero will crash. Right? But it is the best FA project I have seen maybe in my life. That's how good it is. I'm not fucking around here. But I'm saying that not to say that they're going to screw up the tokenomics. My point is purely, it's that good, and if they get the tokenomics that bad, it will not matter. If they get their release schedule that bad, it will look like this. So I hope they got that right. And I don't know. I haven't seen it. So somebody asked how many monitors do I have? I have 6. I have 2 wall-mounted rails. So I'm looking at the top middle right now. And then I have 1 on either side and then 3 on the bottom. So I have 6 monitors and a trading computer. Yeah, actually, I bridged the ZK as well in case I do an airdrop. So that was Kevin Heart Attack. I have 6 monitors. And then here's another question that was asked, and I think it's worth talking about. Why did ADA run if ADA doesn't have a narrative and their tokenomics are garbage as well? Well, as much as I make fun about ADA, and I do, and I love to, okay, literally, it's shitting on ADA is like probably my favorite streaming pastime. So, you know, do with that what you will. But the other thing is that I didn't mention in those things. If you can build a community of people that are very excited about your project, or are like missing a chromosome, or just generally people that like the people that like cult people, absolutely, right? Like just like you want cult people. Or whatever, like the Heaven's Gate people, if you can find them and get them into your project, and so they don't drink the Kool-Aid and die because you need them. But if you can find the people that are like very likely to join a cult and get them to essentially get into your project, then you can never do anything, have terrible tokenomics, and essentially be a laughingstock of an entire industry, and you can still do fine. So that's why ADA was able to go up. Somebody clip that so we can post it on Twitter and we can tag all the fucking ADA maxis. Like, no joke, Mountain Dew. So like, yeah, the best thing that, bro, who knows how to make memes? How to make shit. Let's find some Heaven's Gate ADA shit and let's make it happen. Let's make it fucking happen. I swear to God, I'm in. I will put money into that endeavor. Okay? But Mountain Dew says, ADA is the reason I got into crypto. I sold it at $1.50 in the spring and I didn't look back. Okay? The biggest contribution that ADA has made to the crypto ecosystem is onboarding people to crypto. Now, you get into ADA and you feel really good about it. And you think to yourself, like, this shit's going to the moon. You talk to these people, they all like have matching sneakers and sweatshirts and shit. And they have some weird like chanting prayers they do. That's kind of weird. But at the same time, you know, this is pretty wild. I want to learn about it more. And so people get into ADA and they're like, all right, sweet. And then like you just happen to walk past another group of people that are in another project And you're like, man, those guys aren't wearing matching sweatshirts or sneakers or drinking any Kool-Aid, and like their price seems to be going up. That's kind of wild. Like, I'm gonna go check them out. And so literally it's the best thing that ADA has ever done is get people into crypto, and they think ADA is great, and then you learn a little bit more, and then you realize what a piece of shit ADA is, and then you go buy something else. So like, yeah, I guess from that regard, maybe that's why ADA goes up. They are the what is it? The fucking Church of Latter-day Saints people. What is it? The people that go door to door and like knock on doors and they're like, have you heard the news? Like, that's ADA. ADA for crypto. For crypto, that role is ADA. Look at this. True, so much my friends about ADA first. 100%, dude. Maybe we should just embrace that fact. Like, maybe we should like give them money to go keep doing what they're doing because they're Mormons. Because they're indoctrinating. And like, if you're a Mormon, I'm sorry, but you're probably not listening to me anyway because I've been cussing so much if you are a Mormon. But if you are, you know, maybe we should just like, you know, give the ADA people some money to go find more people and onboard more people to crypto so they can come in, they can get their asses kicked on ADA like everybody else, as is a rite of passing, and then they can move on to real projects, dude. Like, it would help adaptation. Yeah. Wakame says, ask literally anyone in crypto. Not Ethereum, not BNB, not Solana. It's ADA or Doge. Yeah, any normie. 100%, dude. 100%. You know, I did mean to look at AVAX because AVAX, look at this. I'm glad I clicked on this one first. So say what you want about AVAX. And like, I was early on AVAX. Man, I bought AVAX at $21. This is pretty strong. If it's able to hold this and turn up, like, let me say this. Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Adastra. Thank you. Subscribe for 2 months. Word up. Go blue. By the way, I'm going to the game on Saturday. I'll see Kaz there. So I'll be at the Big Ten Championship. The past couple days is the first time that I have not immediately sold anything that I took profits on Avalanche Chain straight to Ethereum. I'm actually leaving it in AVAX right now. So that's why. Pretty strong. If they can hold this. Now, full disclosure. If this breaks down, that's where we're going. Okay? The old 42% down. Keep an eye out. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more, and then no joke, I gotta go. Like, 88 and 60 seconds, Camel Can, beautiful, beautiful. I will click on that. Stops, I mean, you'd have to. This is a 3-day chart, so it's a little tough. But you can see it here. Like, I guess if where's your pull the rip card? Right here, 0.023. Yeah, I'll do it red hot. Yeah, don't pester me too much. I'll call you out like that other guy. That's what I would do. Hey, no worries. Flocking. Tebow? Tebow. Yeah, Tebow. Easier. This does not look terrible to me. But I guess you're kind of already doing it for me. So annoying. Why did I just pick wrapped? I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, no worries, guys. I'm done here in a moment. Like, my ass is literally asleep. I've been sitting here for so long.
I know it seems like I'm at my desk all day. I usually don't sit for 3 straight hours. Yeah, not really, dude. Like, I would be, if you see any sort of power or snapback off of here, I don't know, there's not enough decimals, but off this area, it might be worth a punt. Good one. Yeah, no doubt, guys. I'm gonna call it too. Seriously, pain. What I'll go out with is this. I will post this in the Telegram chat. I swear to God, I will. Look at this. Hey guys, look. Oh my God, it's magic. How? He must be stopped. Yeah, I'm not doing anything, guys. I'm just doing what's fucking logical. Apex. Yeah, let me try. The thing is, I don't know if I have a place. Yeah, there was a while in my chart I had the hashtag box gang for like people that use these boxes, and I was like, box gang. I don't know, for some reason that sounds like a porn term, so I took it off. I'm trying to find a way to get to AVEX. Apex. All right. So, I mean, it's holding this level decently. You know, they desperately need some news or something to happen, which, if my sources are correct, that news does exist. I don't understand on what timeline. So, Potato Lord, that's what I'll give you. It looks like they're just kind of range bound. Here's the thing, though. If you look at any of these other things that are like this, they all kind of have cycles like this. Up, down, up again. Kind of ride its way out, and then you see the explosion. I don't care what anybody says, man. The meme coin on AVAX is Apex. There's nothing else that has this level of interest and liquidity, dude. Like, there's still this thing has been absolutely shit on. Okay, people taking profits. You know, Kobe wrecked the chart here. People taking profits. People taking profits again. There's still essentially $3 million of liquidity in this thing, dude. Joe's not a meme, though. Joe actually has a purpose. Joe looks like shit, though, if that's what you meant. Yeah, so if you're a Joe fan, God. Jupiter Sock, appreciate the streams. I always learn something. Thank you, man. Yeah, not for no reason, dude. Look at their remission schedule. Their remission schedule is insane. Feeling a bit stupid after the stream. Proof I'm still learning. Dude, I feel stupid every day. You understand I've been doing this for 12 years, right? I've literally been trading for 12 years. 12 years. And I started in an environment that was way harder than this. This is actually very easy. You're going to be like, really? Yeah. Have you seen some of the fucking calls I make? Again, not patting my own back, but like predicting Bitcoin within like $10 from it when it's $10,000 away. There's videos on that, dude. Just go check my fucking page. This is not hard. Equities are hard. Futures are hard. This is not hard. So I learned doing that, and then I fell in love with this. So, you know. But yeah, Joe gets shit on constantly because their mission schedule is garbage. And like the money's just not there. Essentially, for Joe to do what it should do, you need adoption in a real way. In a real way. They essentially need money to outpace the inflation. That's the only way this shit works, guys. Whenever any of these like highly inflated tokens, like Sushi, for example, BOW, you know, if you fuck up your emissions, you need to have new money coming in that outpaces your emission schedule, or else your chart starts to look like this. Plain spell, beautiful, right? Like you have it right. You have it right. All right. You ask me why equities are harder? Because equities and futures are manipulated by bots and by people that have way, way more money than what currently exists in crypto. And you think, yeah, not really. I mean, there are billions of dollars in crypto. Yeah. One algorithm has $1 billion at its disposal. And it could be trading a stock that you're trying to trade, and it's going to fuck you up, okay? And the knowledge and the view that they have into the order book is all automated. They see your stops. They'll come take your stops out, okay? Not only that, like, I can't even get into it, dude. It's not even the same thing. You know, you have to be so much more precise in equities and in futures than you do in crypto. Crypto is the most forgiving shit on earth. It is. I know a lot of you are probably sitting there being like, I've only lost money in crypto, and I'm sorry that is if that's your experience. And hopefully we can help change that. But it is so much harder in equities and futures. I can't even properly articulate it. Yeah. And the Red Hot says it's gonna get there though. It is going to get there. Okay? It is going to get there. Crypto will trade like equities and futures in the future, in the near term. As adoption happens, it will become harder. That's why we are here now, to make the money that we can make to crush this thing. That's right. You got it. All right, lads. I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. I gotta go. I can't do this anymore. But oh my God, look at that. If this continues going, we just proved the level. We proved the level. If this keeps going, then there you go. This is exactly what we talk about when you flip the box. When you flip the box, you go 1, you go 2, you got a double bottom over the level. This is proving the level. This is what a flip looks like. So, as always, I like to try to go out with some good shit. All right, ladies, gentlemen, as per my usual routine, I always give a 1-minute countdown. I got 1 minute for anything else. Looks like it's just me and their Red Hot talking right now. But if you got something else, I'm here for it.
5 to the 4 to the 3.
Thank you for all the new subs. A ton of new subs today, guys. Really, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I'm dead serious. First off, go blue. A lot of us in here now, go blue. I appreciate the subs. I love that you guys do sub. If you can't afford it, don't do it. Don't do it. Go Lions, go blue. Yeah, dude, go blue. Have a great evening, y'all. I'll be in the Stack Labs chat if you want to talk. I'm there. Ask anybody. I'm there. Thanks, guys. Trader Ronan might not be wrong. All right. Cheers, guys.